Jim Acosta kicked out of Oval Office after sad attempt to bait Trump. CNN's Jim Acosta may have just hit a new low. The clearly anti-Trump reporter apparently believes that it's his job to be rude and insulting in the Oval Office, but President Donald Trump just put him in his place. The latest Acosta incident happened on Tuesday during an important meeting with President Nazarbayev of Kazakhstan. As the press looked on, Trump and Nazarbayev exchanged pleasantries through a translator and discussed future cooperation between the two countries. "I look forward to our luncheon and I look forward to our discussions," Trump graciously said to the visiting dignitary. "With that, I just want to thank everybody for being here," the president concluded, signaling that the meeting was over. White House staff members tried to politely let the press know that this wasn't the time to ask questions, but CNN's Acosta rudely interrupted. Mr. President, the anti-Trump reporter barged in. "Thank you everyone, thank you Jim," a female White House staff member politely tried to say. Acosta belligerently talked right over the woman, creating a scene in front of the Kazakhstan president and Trump. He started barking clearly biased questions that had nothing to do with the meeting. "Thank you very much," President Trump firmly but strongly said, again trying to give Acosta the hint that he was being rude and out of place. Instead of respecting the office and the diplomatic event, Jim Acosta belted out questions about the shithole controversy, which CNN has covered endlessly, and even used to outright call President Trump a racist. "Did you say that you want more people to come in from Norway?" Acosta hounded. "Did you say that you wanted more people from Norway? Is that true, Mr. President?" Trump gave Acosta a look. "I want them to come in from everywhere," Trump said, clearly losing his patience with the rude reporter. "Thank you very much everybody." Incredibly, Acosta didn't stop there. He threw out a baiting question that clearly implied President Trump was a racist. "Just Caucasian or white countries, sir? Or do you want people to come in from other parts of the world, people of color?" CNN's correspondent spat out. That's when Trump had enough. Calmly, but clearly out of patience, he pointed at Acosta and said one firm word, "Out." Think about this for a moment. CNN is now being openly disruptive and abrasive during diplomatic meetings with other nations, and seems to have lost all notions about appropriate behavior. The same media that constantly attacks Trump for occasionally not acting presidential is now undermining his efforts to do exactly that, and shouting race-baiting questions in front of the foreign president of an allied country. Incredibly, even after making a fool out of himself and being asked to leave by the President of the United States, Jim Acosta doubled down on his asinine antics. During an interview with fellow CNN talking head Anderson Cooper, Acosta whined about the incident and implied that his rights had been violated. To have the president point at you and say, "You are out," goes beyond what the president should be doing in the Oval Office, Acosta complained to Cooper. CNN now thinks that asking if the president is racist during a diplomatic event is just fine, but the president asking a reporter to stop interrupting a meeting is the most appalling thing ever. How will Acosta ever recover? So it was another episode here at the White House that reminds you at times it doesn't feel like you are covering the President of the United States, Acosta continued during his rant to Cooper. You feel like you are covering the president of some other country that is less democratic than this one. Yes, Jim Acosta actually believes that he's in a third world country where the members of the press have no rights, after he bullied his way into a meeting and made a fool out of himself. CNN has completely lost it. They seem to have dropped into an alternate reality. The President of the United States no longer takes them seriously, and after Acosta's behavior and the absolute hysteria of the last several days, neither should the rest of America. Please press share on Facebook to make sure CNN's rude behavior is exposed.